Good day to you. This is another opportunity to come together to see and to talk more about exactly what you need to know in opposite sex you want to marry. Today we are looking into weakness. Weakness. No one is 100%. And this is why the area of your weakness can be my strength. Your weakness could be my strength. Somebody you propose to marry, your own weakness could be the strength of that person. What am I talking about? Take a good example. If you have a caring value and somebody you want to marry does not have a caring value, that is his or her own weakness. When you understand this, it is then you can look into what you can do to help him or her, at least to adjust to some extent that it won't affect the relationship. Someone you want to marry, you have a stable emotion. That is emotional stability. But somebody you want to marry has emotional instability. He has a couple of level of agra, and agra or temperament is high. That is the area of his or her own weakness. If you understand that weakness, that is the area you need to work upon. If you marry to anybody, whether a male to female or female to male, and you cannot take time to know the weakness of that opposite sex you want to marry, there will be a problem. May I say this? We have a number of people that may be very greedy, selfish. But you as a person, you may not have that weakness. If you marry to such a person without knowing the area of his or her weakness, it will affect you, it will affect that person, and it will affect the relationship. And that may be the end of the relationship. Knowing fully, like what I've just said earlier, you are not 100%. You can't get that one anywhere. No one is perfect. But when you take your time to know and have that a clear understanding about the weakness of somebody you want to marry, it is then you move on to work on it. But anyone you did not know the area of his or her weakness, what do you want to do about it? You will only discover that a crisis will be generating every day. And at the end of the day, both of you may be tired of the relationship. So failure to understand the weakness of anyone you want to marry may be a vessel of trouble in the family. And this is why you continue to learn to man, you continue to learn to know more about that person. One of my sons some years ago came and told me, "Daddy, I want to look into what I can do to celebrate my 10th years marriage anniversary." I was telling him, just by the Spirit of God, I was led by the Spirit of God, and the Spirit of God said, "Tell him not to do it." I said, "Don't do it." Do you know, less than a week to that time, if I was not deeply involved in that marriage, that could be the end of the relationship. You keep on knowing somebody you want to know, somebody you are going out with. You can't know, you cannot discover personality or a full identity of somebody, even within the next 5 years. You married to somebody not more than 5 years, you said everything about him, you can know, you don't know it. You can't know it. This is why we learn to know the opposite sex every blessed day. Every blessed day. The more you relate together, the more you continue to open up with each other, the more you know each other. And when you begin to know such a person, that one will help you to know the weakness. You don't have anything to do with the strength of the opposite sex you want to marry. Whether male to female or female to male, you don't have anything to do with strength. The strength is the area of the soul, the capacity, ability. That I'm talking about what that person can handle. So you don't have anything to do with that aspect. But you are trying to see the weakness that you may work upon that weakness so that the relationship can work better. Because when you marry to anybody, whether male to female or female to male, without knowing the area of the weakness, how will you learn to adjust? You cannot even adjust since you don't know what are you going to adjust? You don't have anything to adjust since you don't know the weakness. It is when you understand that person, you know the weakness, then you know the strength. Then you will move on to work upon the strength or the weakness in order to help that person. Such a person may not be able to adjust easily, but gradually. I was talking to one of my daughter-in-law. Her husband has element of temperament, and the temperament is very high. Then I was asking from her, when your husband is angry or you are talking to that man, do you try to look at the eyeball of the man? He said no. I said, okay, go and start watching that. Anytime you are talking to the man, look at the eyeball. When the temperament is about to manifest or emanate, you will see the eyeball will be changing. So whatever you want to talk, reduce it. Even if it is possible, you can decide not to talk. Because anything you say or your act while you are angry, 95% is from the devil. Whether you're saying or your act. So learn to know the opposite sex very well. When you learn to know the weakness, it will help you to adjust. Next time we talk about the adjustable life. Bless you for today. Bye.